Hello everyone! So Daisy and Christy and I are back with another Quilters Vibe video. I'm going to be playing with the Head in the Clouds line from Chamel. I love this line and I was finally able to get some of the pieces to it. I had them on order for a long time, so super excited to finally have this collection to play with in my stash. So what I just did was I took a piece of 8.5 by 11 paper, folded it in half, and cut myself a wonky circle. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of these papers, I'm going to grab my Tim Holtz guillotine trimmer, and I'm going to cut off all of the branding strips. So this is kind of a cool thing. I'm going to use the branding strips for my first layout. I'm not going to use any of the 12 by 12 sheets. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to cut all the branding strips off, every single one of them. It doesn't matter what they look like, they'll all coordinate because they're all from the same collection. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my media mat to help me align these branding strips correctly. Initially I thought I was going to use my T-square ruler, but then I remembered I have this and it's nice and handy and does the job. So I'm going to use the ruler to keep my strips straight, and I'm starting with the thickest part of my heart. The reason I'm doing this is because I want to make sure that I have enough branding strips to cover this entire heart with stripes, and I don't want to have any leftovers. I don't want to have to cut any more papers. So I'm going to start with the thickest part of the heart, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fill in the top and the bottom. And for the edges, the way edge pieces, you can see here, I just took a marker and colored in the top and bottom, and that's going to come in handy later on. So I've gone ahead and traced my heart with a pencil, and now I'm going to do all the stitching. I'm going to stitch around the inside of the heart and the outside of the heart. So I did the inside with some white thread, I did the outside in all the different colors, and I've adhered it already to the cardstock. And now we're going to play with some stamps. Because of course we're going to play with some stamps, right? Right! Okay, so I'm going to go through my Altenew crisp dye ink cubes, and I'm going to pull out matching colors, so a light and a dark color of purple, green, pink, and teal. So the stamps that come in this line are acrylic stamps, not my favorite. When working with acrylic stamps, you have to stamp more than once, just so that you know that. Coming in right away, I'm going to tell you, you got to stamp them more than once, and for whatever reason, the acrylic stamps will make your image look blotchy initially, and so the nice thing is with dye inks, they will spread out, it'll all fill in, it'll be beautiful in the end, but when you're first stamping these, they're going to be a bit blotchy. So I have both of my stamps here, and what I'm going to do, also cleaning stamps in between, rub it on my arm to keep them dry and to keep them cured. And I'm just going to stamp these butterflies. I'm going to start with the lightest color ink and then stamp over it with the darkest color ink. And all of my stamping is going to get stamped twice to make sure that I get some as crisp and as clean an image as I can using these acrylic stamps. Then I'm going to take the cloud stamp. So I'm taking all of those pairs of inks that I used to do the butterflies. I'm going to take the pink pair, the purple pair, and the teal. And I'm just going to stamp together a couple of these cloud clusters. I ended up doing 5 butterflies and 3 clouds to help embellish my layout with. So I want my butterflies to have some sparkle and shine. So I let them sit for 10 minutes or so. I let all of that ink kind of mellow out and soak into the paper and fix all the blotchy areas. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit it with a Wink of Stella brush before I fussy cut them out. So the Wink of Stella brush is going to provide some shimmer and some shine, and as long as you have allowed those images to dry completely, you're not going to have any smudging or issues with the ink. I really like these brushes. There's also a brand, Nuvo makes a brand too that is quite lovely. So now that I have all of these clouds and butterflies fussy cut out, now we're going to go ahead and start working on our layout, where we want things to go. And I'm going to start by going through the die cut pack and deciding what pieces I think will go with my layout. And I'm going to choose just 2 butterflies and that little holographic piece, and I think I use this camera as well. For my title, I'm going to be using a mixture of these 2 thickers that come in the pack. So I'm going to put the year this photo was taken. This photo is part of my How to Kill a Kit with Style project for January, and we're actually coming to the end of January now, so pretty soon, I think tomorrow, you'll get a video with my How to Kill a Kit with Style for February. And I don't want to give anything away, but my plan for working on this project, I could not be happier with how it turned out. So I stuck down all those letters because those letters don't stick. They just don't. I mean, if you have them, then you know they literally are like falling off the paper, off the backer sheet. So I just went ahead and I put all of the extra glue down. And I will tell you this, though, and this is fabulous. So I think American Crafts finally got the memo about their thickers, because the thickers in the new collections, so Chamel's Sparkle City, what they are is they are chipboard on top and then foam underneath. So they're not foam thickers, they're chipboard on top, but the backer isn't the adhesive isn't the adhesive that's on the back of these thickers. It's that foam adhesive, the adhesive that actually sticks. Super duper excited about that. I'm just taking lots of foam squares here, and I am using 2 different thicknesses of foam squares. I'm using them to go ahead and get different layers of my embellishments. Now, I've fidgeted with this so long, so I wanted to add just a little bit of sparkle. I wanted to bring in some more of those copper elements into my layout. I wanted to add some puffy stickers and some enamel hearts, and this took me so long, you guys. I fidgeted and fidgeted and fidgeted with the placement of these little embellishments. I just wanted a sprinkle that went like down the page, and I don't know what. I don't know why, but nothing was working, and I fidgeted and moved these pieces around so much. And in the end, I'm still not 100% sure if I like it or not, if it's okay. Anyway, moving on. So when I did the heart, I used a Tombow dual brush marker to color in the top strips above and the bottom strips below on my heart, because the leftover area was just too small to try to adhere paper to it, and I like how it turns out. I think it turned out really, really nice. And in the end, I also decided to take that same Tombow dual brush pen. Instead of using the brush end, I'm using the ballpoint end, and I'm just going to outline my whole layout. This gives it a little bit of dimension. It adds just a little bit more of that nice hot pink color to the layout, and I think it's a fun little detail. It's not something I do very often. I don't necessarily outline in any blacks or colors or anything. And then I'm just going to add some cute little stitch marks, and that is, we are going to call this one done. Be sure to head over and check out Daisy and Christy's interpretation of this month's inspiration piece, and we will be back next month with more quilt designs. Bye!